My name is Hans-Peter Güllich. I'm the founder and the CEO of Dydon. Myself, I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I already had the chance to build up a company in the past and had an exit for this company. I did my PhD in the area of AI, but already 25 years ago, where we tried to build a more precise assessment model for risks. And that's why this model is now very useful for the EWWD project. As you see it here in the back, the slogan of Dydon, Simplify AI for Your Business, is really the core objective of the company. We strongly believe that people would like and love to work with AI, but AI has to fulfill three core criteria. It has to be easy, all results have to be fully explained, and it has to be fast in the implementation, so those projects shall not take years to implement. To cope with it, we have developed a fully fledged platform from data capturing, data analysis, numeric and text analysis, data aggregation, so the prediction of something, and the result presentation in one platform that every user without AI knowledge can use without being forced to learn AI beforehand. While the platform is fully generic, could be trained to literally any topic, we are focusing on two main areas. One is the medtech area, where the EWWD project is one example of it, and the other area is fintech, where we have solutions in the sustainable finance area. It's actually driven by the current pandemic. Remember when the pandemic started, now it's a year ago, there was a very limited medical treatment of existing patients because infected patients had a priority. So even cancer patients did not get the treatment anymore they had before. And therefore a remote and continued monitoring of the existing patient base, so to say, will be very helpful for clinicians to keep their constant contact with their existing patients. And thirdly, the Dydon AI platform, and especially our neurofuzzy-based prediction algorithm, is perfectly fit to support both core requirements of the EWWD project according to our perception, meaning we can guarantee a continued monitoring of the health situation of a patient. And because of the full transparency of the result, it will provide the respective early warning signals to the clinicians with the reasons why there is a warning, so that they can identify immediately potential risks for the client and take respective action. Of course, as an IT person and an AI person, I'm very excited about the technical part of the project and the question, will we fully be capable to support the clinicians in their day-to-day work with patients and providing them with the core information that they do need to define what are the reasons for a patient's risk, a patient's current health situation, and therefore identify what kind of treatment steps do I have to take to help the patient. And from the AI part is, how will AI support this process? And I strongly believe that people are more and more interested in working with AI, as I said before, if it is easy and all results are presented intelligibly. So the clinicians want to work with it, but please do not make it complicated. And this is a challenge that I'm very, very interested in to solve. I'm very positive that AI in healthcare will definitely play a major role in the future. And actually, honestly speaking, it already does. It will support the healthcare business or the healthcare topic in numerous areas. Give it a few examples. Already in 2019, the American Food and Drug Authority already approved the first digital pill. Then there are many other kind of solutions, sensor-based solutions for people monitoring currently built or already available in the market. And just think of the Google Lens is a wonderful example how AI will even help visually disabled people in their kind of disease, kind of not treatment, but at least handling of the disease. And there are many other examples like this. Insurance companies have already started to offer specific health kind of policies and premiums if people are kind of buying into a monitoring of their current life, so that they are kind of keeping a healthy life, reducing the risks for the insurance companies, which already starts also kind of a negative discussion about AI in healthcare, because it could lead to the conclusion you will not get an insurance if you don't buy into certain constant monitoring. So those ethical discussions have to be kind of solved and openly discussed. What I personally think is always a big current kind of incorrect discussion about AI in healthcare is it's always a black and white discussion. So either the clinicians or the AI solution. And again, I would like to give an example that has been performed at a test performed already 2 years ago by identifying X-ray pictures of a cancer. And it was the same pictures were given to clinicians and the same pictures were given to an AI solution. And while the error rate on the clinician side was above 3%, it was on the AI system side a little bit below 3%, which could lead to the conclusion, okay, get rid of the clinicians, only use AI, which from my point of view is total nonsense. The right conclusion should be combining the two worlds will lead to the best result. And in the test, it has proven to reduce the error rate below 0.5%. And it's a wonderful example that combining the two worlds is really the main driver behind using AI in whatever area we talk about. In this case, it's healthcare. Talking about MSK, so diabetes-related musculoskeletal kind of problems include muscle pain, joint pain, stiffness, the reduced ability to move your joints, the swelling, the pins and needles sensation. So kind of a serious kind of inflammation of joints. And therefore, the approach of the EWWD project focuses exactly on the continued monitoring of respective joint movements and other biometric parameters, allowing a more detailed analysis of the patient's current situation. And we strongly believe that our fully transparent neurofuzzy AI approach will allow a more thorough root cause analysis for clinicians. And at any point for the monitoring process, it will allow them to define exactly what are the root causes and what are the best customized treatment for the patient in a particular situation. There will be multiple benefits from the project. First of all, based on the learnings we'll have in the project, these models to identify certain health situations will improve more and more over time. So there will be a learning kind of curve, not only by the system, but also by the clinicians, how to best interpret the results from the system. But do not only think about the medical situation as of now, and in this particular case, the EWWD project, think of society in general. People are getting more and more older over time, so the society is getting older. And for this, a system like this would be perfectly helpful for a continued monitoring of elderly people. And this is also a very, very intense topic right now. How can we make sure that we are able, with the increased number of elderly people, to still continue on with the thorough monitoring and treatment of elderly people and their diseases? We are raising awareness in 3 dimensions. Number one, in almost every presentation I'm holding, when I'm presenting Dydon, I'm presenting the various projects we are actually involved in, and the EWWD project is definitely a very important project for us, and that's of course the reason why I'm mentioning it. We also publish posts on LinkedIn on the project, and we also have published the project on our website and provide respective information about the project on the website. I can definitely say it is unique because very often when you are in partnerships, people have a tendency to only work on their own and don't look for the partners. And well, it took, of course, like in any project, takes a while to get to know each other. But we have now reached a state, and again, to give you a wonderful example, which just happened a few weeks ago, we have now reached a state where partners are really helping out each other. So for example, we talked about interfaces, how data is transferred from one location to another location in the system, and how this can best be organized. And my own IT team came up with a certain solution. And let's call it this way, it was not the best idea they had. And Stuart from Hex had a better idea, and then he immediately kind of contacted us and said, hey, your idea is nice, but wouldn't it be better to do it in a different way? It will save time, it will be more generic, it will be more flexible. And he had a wonderful idea and immediately shared it with us. And for this, we improved our own work. And this is what I think is an enormous positive side effect of the project. Everybody is thinking out of the box and how can we help each other?